Hello, gorgeous Geminis. Welcome to your weekly reading with me. Excuse the little smoke I've got going on over here. I'm just cleansing your energy and mind. But let's dive into your reading. So this is going to be for next week, starting with the 23rd. So I'm just going to give a little sound bowl for you guys. So you can skip ahead if you don't like these. But if you do want to get grounded with me, then take a deep breath in. Okay, let's go. I was hearing France, so someone could be from France. Hello. But anyway, let's dive into your reading. Let's see what's coming up for you guys. All right. Please, Spirit, for Gemini for next week. What they need to hear right now. What's going on for them next week. Oh, message in a bottle. Expect a message to come your way. Sometimes this is also about signs and synchronicities from Spirit. So Spirit's on the line. Are you going to pick up here, basically? But that's basically all that it is. You might be seeing more numbers on registrations. You could be seeing 111 on the clock or whatever your number is. Let me know in the comments what number you guys have been seeing lately or synchronicity. But let's see what else is going on for you. Of course, again, someone could be messaging you. You could get an important phone call or message. For Gemini. For Geminis, please. So Spirit's trying to get your attention. Why? Any other messages for this week, please, Spirit, for Gemini? Men holding a heart. So this could mean someone who has some feelings for you is going to be messaging you, okay? Rule number 1 or message number 1. Now, if you are the man holding a heart, then this is, again, you really needing to process your feelings and emotions this week to really be raw with your heart and how you're feeling, probably towards someone or just towards your life right now, all right? So Spirit's trying to get your attention, and it's something to do with the romance or your feelings and emotions this week. Okay, let's get you a theme. What's your theme for the week? For Geminis, please, Spirit. Thank you. Put it exactly where I needed it to be. You have a choice, right? This is a choice of 2 paths. The 2 of Wands is a nice card. Usually it's my card of like, okay, you're thinking to expand and to grow in your life, whether that's new experiences or to move somewhere, or a job, or just expanding a business. But 2 of Wands in this deck, it feels like a choice of paths. So I'm going to clarify that for you. Let's see. So Spirit's definitely showing you signs, right? As you can see here, there's a deer being lit up in the path, which is all about kind of your authority. It reminds me of the Emperor, right? So taking control, being a stag in your life. So I wonder why, or what the spiritual meaning is behind that. So 2 of Wands. Why is the 2 of Wands the theme of the week for Gemini, please? 10 of Swords, 3 of Swords, god damn. So something needs to come to an end for sure. Or maybe it already has, and now you're thinking about what the options that you have moving forward, right? 3 of Swords, heartbreak, pain, heartache. What's this ending? Some of you could be pertaining to work or finances, stability or joy for whatever it is that you feel like you've been working on. That's interesting. So what's the choice of path? The Tower. And the other choice? To stay. Okay, the Hangman is a stagnant card, which is why I say, okay, you have a choice to break up or to create some sort of destruction in your life, if you will. That's how the Tower card is, probably a better way of saying that, but it is kind of like a falling out. It's like something kind of gets not sabotage, it's not the word for it. Something comes crumbling, and that could be relationships, right? That could be just situations. So that's interesting. And I wonder if this is what it is here too, right? You have an option to end something or work on it. The Hangman is a stagnant energy. It's about looking at it through a different lens. So you have a choice here, or whether you're going to stay or go. That could be change your life, right? Stay in how things are in your life, or to work on something and see it differently. So, okay. That's interesting. Now remember how they said the main option here is about taking control, and ending some things is not always the way of taking control. It's a way to feel in control. But let's see what they're saying. All right, what's the energy of Gemini? How are they showing up during this week? 3 of Cups, like I'm feeling a mint on my mouth for some reason, and my tongue, so you guys could be brushing your teeth, I don't know, chewing gum or mint. So you're showing up as the Three of Cups. That's not a bad card. It is about gratitude or celebrating life, or maybe celebrating something with some friends, reunions, that kind of stuff. Let's clarify. Why is this in Gemini's energy? Two of Wands. Well, okay, this is about a decision. That same theme of the week. Can you give me another clarifier for the Three of Cups? The Nine of Cups. So it's interesting. In your energy, you're showing up as focusing on your feelings and emotions, and you're feeling quite satisfied. I mean, maybe you're spending time around some people, right? It can be a group of 3 of you. Okay. And what is the Two of Wands doing here? High Priestess. And then the Two of Swords is definitely about your paying attention to what your intuition has to say about a decision that you have to make. Five of Wands and the Devil. That's about petty arguments and conflicts here. So High Priestess, following your intuition based on a decision that you need to make. And the Three of Cups and the Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment for sure. So you guys are celebrating something this week. Okay, let's see the energy of the week. Two of Swords, again, so that's your main one. And then what other cards came out with it? Okay, so yeah, so you need to make a decision because right now you're feeling a bit emotionally confused, or like you're not really sure about your options. You've got too many options, you don't know what to choose. Five of Pentacles is like a lack, right? Feeling left out and cold. So if it's to do with the relationship, I don't know how this is. I'm trying not to make it too like overly specific because it's a general reading. But whatever the situation is that's got you considering whether you're going to leave it behind or start somewhere else, it's probably because of this. There's a lot of confusion. I feel like this is a hard place to make a decision by, because, and that's why they're saying listen to your intuition here, because Seven of Cups is like our emotions can be a bit everywhere and it can be a bit disoriented. And the Five of Pentacles is feeling left out in the cold here, feeling a lack in your life. Let's clarify. So the energy of the week is definitely again about making a decision. Like it seems to be a very, very big thing here. And the Emperor, again, as I said, remember I said with the Stag, taking control, right? Being the leader of your life. And the Hierophant reversed. Some of you are going against traditional methods or ways, right? The Hierophant can also be about marriage, right? And in reverse, some of you might be deciding that maybe you don't want to be in it anymore. Seven of Swords, maybe someone's been having some secrets, but that's not for everyone. Why is the Hierophant here reversed? It's usually a card of commitment. So it feels like, I mean, if it's in terms of job, some of you might decide, I don't want to do it the traditional way. I want to be my own boss. It's hard to say which area this is, but either way, in whatever the traditional way is, this commitment, there's a Page of Swords here. There's some triggers here. And the Emperor. The High Priestess. So your intuition is telling you to be more in control in this decision making. Anything else I need to know about this decision? The Queen of Pentacles. Now, it could be pertaining to finances and your long-term stability that you're needing to make a decision here. Okay. Let's figure it out. Let's see how Gemini is showing up in the near future, so we can see how the energy might shift. I'm going to take the one that's on the top. Okay, well, you have really good cards here. The Knight of Wands feels more of a person card, so that is how you are going to be showing up. It's optimistic, it's ambitious, it's fiery, a bit more freedom. The Ten of Pentacles being up next to it is also really good, because not only do I feel that you're going to have some sort of abundance or windfall of finances in the future, but I also feel like you're also going to be chasing a really big dream of yours that feels very, very rewarding for you. And the Knight of Wands more optimistic, more fiery, more passionate. I don't know, like it's more wanting to expand, and I feel like that is the root of what's going on here. I think this is an energy that you want to show up as, and maybe right now there's a lot of things that might be blocking it, right? A lot of mixed feelings, a lot of feeling heartache and pain. Remember we said that before. So this is a beautiful energy. I'm going to put this on the bottom of the deck, so I might want it to jump out later if it wants to, but a really beautiful energy. I think this is a possum down here. I don't know if you can see it. I don't even know. I think it is. That could mean something. I don't know what it means. Okay, let's see what your recent past is saying, because I think it might help. The Ten of Swords. So some of you have been through a lot. It's like what they're showing me is the camel, the straw that broke the camel's back. It feels like you guys are carrying a lot of weight. So this ending could be to do with you, right? It feels like you've had enough, and now you're kind of having to make a decision right now. Ten of Swords is a complete defeat. I wanted to swear, so there's a lot of feelings around that. I'm just gonna have a little sip of my coffee. It's an ending for sure, right? It could have been a very difficult one. Let's see what this is about. Ten of Swords. It's like not being able to take it anymore, right? There's a lot of swords in that person's back. What's the Ten of Swords doing here? King of Cups, right? And this is where focusing on your feelings and emotions is important. Could be a person, right? It's really hard because I don't know if you're the man holding a heart, because some of you will be, right? And in this case, it feels like maybe you feel a bit like you're carrying a lot of burdens here, or maybe even resentments or a lot of baggage in some way, like you were holding on to a lot of things and I think it got too much for you, right? And it creates some sort of ending, or you reach a point where, okay, like I have to change something. So King of Cups coming through, if it's you being the man holding a heart and you're prioritizing your feelings a bit more and you have been through that, then of course King of Cups is you learning to balance your feelings and emotions a bit better, that you can place boundaries and say, actually, you know what, I'm not going to overextend myself, so you can have that emotional intelligence. Now, if this is someone else, Ten of Swords, you could have had an ending with someone. It does feel like this person is coming back in. I'm not going to lie. Just because the King of Cups coming through with the man holding a heart and a message in a bottle to do with an ending, that seems like a turnaround. If that's the case, what is that? Someone's had a lot of fears or thoughts around this. What's their intentions? They miss you. Wow. Six of Cups, Ten of Wands. Interesting. They've been carrying this on their shoulders for a long time. So this person still feels either guilty or they feel like they could have done better, for sure. So it is an element of guilt. With that Ten of Wands being there, that's how I'm seeing it as. It's like there's all these things I could have done, and they've been carrying that, a lot of blame on themselves. Okay, so whoever this is, the Six of Cups, they miss you, they've been thinking about you, and they're coming back in. Now, whether you want to take it or not, up to you, but there is communication here. Now, if this is you and you feel like you, the straw that's broke the camel's back here, what is it that's created this for you? The Nine of Pentacles. I feel like you're missing your identity. So the Nine of Pentacles usually is like stable within yourself. You have the savings, you have your finances. Maybe that's why you feel a little bit like things are not going the way that you want. It just feels a little bit like out of control. So yeah, okay. That's how I'm seeing it. So King of Cups, prioritizing yourself a bit more and not losing yourself in relationships or losing yourself in the flow of life, right? Sometimes it can be so crazy. That's why like being intentional with every decision that you make and every day that you have is so important. Don't just let life run away, because it will. Time just flies by. I feel like that's where this next decision is. It's not even, I feel like it's a new beginning in a way. It doesn't even have to be a physical decision where, how am I going to move forward, right? Okay, but let's see what else. Let's dive into your challenges for the week. The Strength card. So being strong and courageous is a bit of a challenge for you. Leo energy as well. All right, what else? Challenge for Gemini. The Fool. So a new beginning is your challenge as well. It's also about leaps of faith, right? Doing something different, taking a new journey. All right, so some of you that could be literally, right, just starting completely fresh, completely new. But both are major arcana cards, which is very interesting. Both major arcana cards in your challenge. So this is definitely kind of necessary for your soul's growth, a part of your path, right? Why is the Strength card a challenge? Once again, it's to do with the choice that you have to make. Strength card. Why is this a challenge? To Ten of Pentacles. So it's really about expanding. So the Eight of Wands is a beautiful sign here as well, because it's, you're really trying to figure out And I think you are knowing which direction's right for you, because it's here. It's the Knight of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. That's your goal. That's your dream. You want to travel. You want to have a lot of money, right? Who doesn't? But it's like, I want stability. I want a happy home, happy family. I want to be able to go out and do things, or I want to be able to have some freedom and to be more ambitious and fun. And again, like a lot of experiences I always see with this Knight of Wands card. And I feel like this is, again, you thinking about that future. There's a reason why it's calling you. But for some of you, you have to take a very big step, maybe a big decision on how you're going to get there. Okay, let's figure that one out. The Fool. Why is this a challenge? I saw Cancer sign, and the moon coming through is also Cancer sign, so Cancer sign could be important, or we're about to enter Cancer season, to be honest, so that could be a specific time frame for you. The moon can represent a lot of heavy feelings, right? They're usually the ones I say that are quite drowning, right? They keep you under, and they can be very, very hard to get out of, right? To get a fresh air away from them. Like deep sorrow, like that kind of stuff. So the Fool being here is interesting, because it's like, it seems like you're jumping away from the moon. What's the moon doing here? Clarifying the Fool. The Justice. So the moon can also represent things that are hidden, right? So suppressed feelings also. So Justice, again, can be that things are coming to light, right? Justice can be about creating balance in your life, right? Speaking your truth if necessary. The Fool feels a little bit like doing something risky to you in your life. Whatever this is seems a bit risky to you, whether it's speaking up for yourself or calling something out, or shedding some light on this moon energy, your own feelings, your own suppressed feelings, for example, or again, whatever you feel has been hidden from you in other areas of your life. Justice is about bringing balance. So the Fool, what's the leap of faith about then? The Tower. So a leap of faith creates some sort of separation, or again, this creates some sort of destruction in a way where something sheds. The Tower, the Nine of Wands, feeling you need to protect yourself. And Justice and the Moon, the Four of Swords, which is about healing something for sure. Seven of Swords could be from betrayal. Or bad choices in love, for example, is what I'm seeing with that. So I feel like that's something that you're struggling with. And the Tower, I wonder if that's to do with actually like you're creating a separation, or if this is kind of like you're healing certain deep feelings that are creating an imbalance in a relationship. Of course, something needs to come down, which can be ego, right? The Nine of Wands is walls. And then the Tower card, the walls are crumbling down. So that's interesting. That is interesting. Let's look at your advice from Spirit then. What is the advice that you have, please, for Gemini? Ten of Wands, right? Don't overburden yourself in this new chapter. That's your challenge and your advice. It's also time to let it go. And I think that's why it jumped on top of the Fool as well, because he literally has packed nothing. Like usually he's got that little stick with a bag on the end, so he literally has nothing but the four elements. And the Ten of Wands, I guess, is like stop carrying everything. And it's so strange. Like I feel like this stag is your spirit animal right now, because it feels like the spirit animal is looking at you like this is not the way to control things, right? And I wonder if you hold on to things as a way of controlling, like resentments, like I don't know what it is, or feeling like you need to do all the work on yourself, and that's what a true leader looks like. But it's not true. That stag spirit is calling on you. Okay, that's not what a leader does, or again, Emperor is a father energy, or I don't know, it's just like a CEO or a boss. So that's your advice here, is that you don't need to carry everything or do everything yourself to be a good leader, or to be whatever it is that you want to be, like a good boss or whatever. There's other ways of doing it. All right, what else is the advice? The Ace of Pentacles, a clean slate. Kind of building things on a better foundation for a lot of you. But let's clarify. Why is the Ten of Wands advice? Ten of Wands, I did say already, it's about letting go of baggage. So even if someone comes in from the past, or even if you're processing certain feelings and emotions of how you felt, letting it go is the most important part of it, right? Because it's still lingering there. And the Ace of Pentacles, beautiful energy. This is like the beginning of you starting your own journey, right? It's really good for financial situations. So being your advisor, and again, it's a stag again. Oh my God, it's all over these cards. It's about being strong within your own self. So whether you are, having a breakup, for example, or already have been through it because it's in your recent past, and you're deciding to build your own stability by yourself, and you're understanding what it really means to be you, I don't know, to have the things that you want and desire. Or for some of you, if you are still in a relationship and there's some difficulty there, we'll see, we're going to go into love in a second, or I don't know, there's a bazillion ways that this could resonate. I guess it's a general reading, but it's all about you working on yourself for sure. And this is what this clean slate is about. Now, some of you could be working on your own business, for example, or again, you're just getting better with your finances, just your independence, like for sure. Okay, let's look at the energy of the near future for you. For Gemini, please. Energy of the near future. Interesting. 5 of Cups. So don't worry, don't panic, because it is a card of disappointments for sure, but it's not your future energy. You're showing up, remember, optimistic. I feel like maybe there is a bit of disappointment going on around you, but I don't think it's going to impact you very much. But let's see, why is the 5 of Cups the energy of the near future? Okay, that's a lot. 2 of Pentacles, there's a lot of juggling, a lot of things that you're having to do. Maybe some things aren't working out. The Devil and the 5, okay. So for some of you, what's interesting is this Devil energy still lingering, right? Fears, worries, doubts. But in this case, it does look a little bit like battles with people that are creating a lot of pain. 2 of Pentacles, trying to juggle everything, as well as some difficulty, probably in a relationship. I don't know exactly what this is. So 2 of Pentacles is whatever. Let's see, what's the Devil representing? Is this what area of Gemini's life? 2 of Wands, interesting. It's a lot to do with the future. And the 5 of Wands is what? Could be competition, for example. Ace of Wands, like new passion, a new beginning, fresh start. Knight of Pentacles, taking slow steps, investing in something. Page of Cups, emotion. So I feel like emotionally things get in the way of your groove, right? Of you building your future. And I wonder if there's a lot of the Devil tricking you in your mind, maybe making you feel like you're not worthy of certain things. But again, I don't think it's affecting you. You're showing up very nice here. I think that there's just a bit of fears going on there. Let's look at your love, because I feel like that's important. Let's see. In the area of love for Geminis this week, 3 of Swords, interesting. Some of you are going through heartbreak and pain here. Career and finances, the Moon. Okay, so, and then the 9 of Pentacles again. So a little bit of clouded judgment here. It would make sense that if you're going through struggle in love, then you also might go through a bit of distortion in your career and feel like everything is a struggle right now. But let's see, why is the 3 of Swords showing up in the area of love for Gemini? 10 of Wands again. Something's weighing you down and preventing you from being this optimistic, bubbly person that you probably usually are. I thought I had to fall off the table. Let me go pick that up. So 5 of Wands represents some conflicts. Okay, so maybe some of you are holding on to past conflicts, or again, maybe things are a little bit of a struggle right now in terms of love, and it's getting a lot for you. Bringing you to your knees here. Let's see, what can Gemini do about this situation? The 9 of Pentacles, focus on your own independence. Okay, I think like having your own identity is very, very important. Again, that will also help you with your job, for example, too. Anything else for the 3 of Swords in love? Hierophant with the Fool. Which is interesting because it's about commitment here. So I feel like maybe there's needing to be a balance in what you're committing yourself to, What does this even mean? Because there's a lot of arguments going on here. Yeah, Five of Swords just representing it. A lot of conflicts, feeling left out in the cold, wondering if you want to leave this behind. King of Wands, so you can go after other things in your life, probably. Now, Five of Wands. 10 of Wands. If you want to make this work, the advice I would give is, instead of arguing from a place of here or even here, this is like resentment, I'm holding everything. It's a little bit of like blame game, which is probably completely valid. I feel like there needs to be more solid ground here if you're able to, right? Some of you may have already broken up in a situation and you're now committing and focusing a lot more on yourself and your faith. But it just feels like any arguments that happen here are not going to be very honest or even constructive, if you want to call it that, because everyone's just blaming each other. This is how you make me feel, and I feel like this, and no one's listening to each other really, okay? And we're just holding on to things. So I feel like if you want to make something work, depends on the situation, I don't know, focusing on yourself and being more stable than yourself and knowing what you want, knowing where you want to go, might actually benefit the relationship a lot more. Okay, let's then see, but some of you may have already broken up with this, as we've seen. But the moon in career and finances, the strength card. All right, this is why they want you to have some strength here, courage. Things are unclear with the moon being here. Why is this in the area of career? So I feel like they're wanting you to hold out, right? The Hanged Man is about reflecting and observing, not needing to make a decision until everything is absolutely clear. When the moon comes up, it's not clear, right? So I feel like hold back on any decisions that you want to make there, unless it's an emergency, of course. I feel like something needs to get more grounded first. Seven of Swords, interesting. Reversed. The moon, what's hidden here? The Ten of Cups. So everything can be okay in this area, right? Seven of Swords is, I feel like there's a little bit of fear that, okay, like, is this the wrong path for me with the Seven of Swords? Is this like, is there something going against me here? There's a little bit of what I would call a little bit of paranoia, but that's not going to resonate with everyone. It's just worry, doubt, fear, like, oh my god, like, because everything seems a bit challenging, it's like, what if this is challenging too, you know? Like, I need to get rid of everything. Like I said, Ten of Swords is almost like wanting to just completely control everything by completely starting fresh, right? Get rid of everything. That makes you feel a bit more in control, but I feel like Spirit's kind of hinting at not to do that. Being in a better mind will help you make a better decision, okay? But anyway, I hope that made some sense to someone out there. I felt a bit overly specific, but anyway, I'm gonna send you love, Gemini. I wish you guys all the best. I appreciate you guys for spending some time with me here today. As always, if it resonates, let me know. Also, give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you would like to. But I will see you guys next time.